Louis Leterrier directs the film Clash of the Titans. It's a remake of the 1981 film that was actively participated in by Ray Harryhausen. He's the special effects animation wizard and guru, and he really made that film come alive with some very riveting visual special effects and action sequences. His hand here is sorely missing. He produced the 1981 film as well, but in this 2010 film, he is, as I said, is notably absent. Sam Worthington stars as Perseus, the half-man, half-god figure who is sent to try and fight in the battle between the gods and men in Greek mythology. Zeus, played by Liam Neeson, is there, and he has to ward off some of the dangers created by some in his own godlike tribe. And one of those, of course, is his brother Hades, played by Ralph Fiennes. Now, the film itself is poorly constructed. 3 screenwriters collaborated on this, and it's an almighty mess for me. Unfortunately, it's just not the kind of film that you can really get into. It's standard action, lots of CGI, loud, boisterous, but not much going on in the middle. A story isn't really there either. The sequences are poorly smashed together. In fact, they're poorly constructed, period. Clash of the Titans left me disappointed. It's a bad film. And sometimes, though, it's not as bad as it really could have been. But that's really not saying a lot about this film. Leterrier directs it with one big sequence after another. There's not much room to breathe, and everything in there is signaled to get a reaction from you. And worst of all, the film is in 3D, or more precisely dipped in 3D after the fact. The post-production had 3D attached to it. It was not actually shot in 3D. It's a really poor and cheap manufacture of the 3D process, which has become extremely troublesome in a lot of Hollywood films, especially the live-action ones. There really needs to be a lesson learned from this. The age of 2D seems to be overwhelmed by the 3D, and it's calculated in a cynical way to drive many more moviegoers to the movie theater with a lot more extras on the money side, on the admission ticket price, thereby making a lot more money for the Hollywood studios. It's a deceptive thing. They're allowed to do it, but will you go and see disappointing, terrible, bad films like this one? I'm Omar Moore for PopcornReel.com.